Oh, that's weird. Hello? Testing, testing. Okay, the first time my mic was muted, the second time my mic flipped out, I had to unplug and replug in the USB, but I wasn't technically muted. Sorry about that. Let's take a look at a Netflix trade right there. Netflix in a pretty good spot. NASDAQ holding its own. I don't know if I want to get too position happy at this moment in time, but Netflix with a little pullback here could be a small opportunity for an entry level position. Although, I'm not sure if that would qualify as an entry level. It's the way some of these options are priced. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do that one. BLD, biggest loser on the market here today, which is weird considering this stock is basically nonstop. Beat earnings and dropped 4%. Strange. It just came on? What, the whole time? Was that off the entire time? Oh, damn, son. I would say I told you I was tired, but you never heard that. Um, oh, that's so weird. Well, thanks for hanging out with an idiot. Um, yeah, if that happens again. No, I saw when you said no sound first time, Justin, like 10 minutes ago, and my mic was muted. I look at my mic and a little light was blinking, means it was muted. And then I was apologizing for not having sound. And then and then Rob said so lonely in silence and I'm like, "What? Huh?" All right. It's funny. I'm used to I usually get the same people on my streams and so I end up people don't comment as much, you know. Comment comment number tends to go down over time and so I just kind of worry that or not worry, I just kind of think that I solved the issue. But yeah, that's funny. Sorry about that. I guess my mic died. Man, I said all the good stuff too. Yeah, it's all gone now. Only James heard it. But market pulling back here a little bit, 0.44%. Kind of a little overnight meaningless bounce right there. But I don't think the market's quite ready to dump all your money into yet here. There's the cues. Mentioned we had resistance right about here on the overnight session, which has held us down. A couple of nice big spikes up for whatever reason. Someone fat fingering an order maybe. But yeah, if we're just holding under here, then it's probably likely to continue a little bit lower. I don't think coronavirus has been figured out yet. SQ looks like it took a little negative turn today. Bounced back pretty nicely yesterday, though. So not too bad. Moved up here and down a little bit. Still okay above the 20-day moving average. Not the end of the world. But I'm not sure if we're prime time to start buying a bunch yet. I guess there's a theory that the people in the market just sell what they want to sell and it's done, but it's usually not the case. A lot of these positions, if they're interested in winding them down, take a long time to wind down. Regeneron yesterday kind of got lost in the mix. Actually, we didn't. Yesterday it didn't start moving until about midday, just before midday there. But look, taking out one of our long-term trend lines, working on a second one right now. So very interesting situation here for Regeneron. A little too extended to get involved, but must have been something positive. Reported. I don't know what that means. Those are words. I don't know what they mean though. The only 13 S&P stocks that rose today. That's funny. Regeneron was a top performer, closing at 5.5%. Bad news for a competitor was good news for Regeneron. Novartis Bovu macular degeneration treatment had some concerning safety reports suggesting that Regeneron's Eylea alternative could command a greater market share. Gotcha. Gotcha. So Regeneron with a nice pop-up there. Very interesting. And following through today, another 6%. I was mentioning earlier, looking at space here, this guy is pretty nice and sideways. So hopefully we can continue going sideways. It does have earnings after the bell today, which is likely to be a mover. I don't know in which direction. I'm not sure what really sparked this whole thing to begin with. It wasn't an earnings report. It just kind of started moving. So maybe the earnings report will be a little bit interesting. Give some more insights, but that's already a pretty nice move there. I actually read that this triggered a 8-week hold rule via IBD. Rallying, I forget the rule. I think it's if it rallies like 50% in 3 weeks, you got to hold for 8 weeks or something like that. Eight-week hold rule, if your stock gains 20% within 3 weeks of a proper buy point, hold it for at least 8 weeks. That's only 20%. So that's the 8-week hold rule. William O'Neill developed that rule after being shaken out of a couple of stocks. It's the brilliance of William O'Neill. Yeah, so 20% from the ideal buy point within 3 weeks of a proper breakout. You have to hold it for at least 8 weeks. So I'm not sure if it works so well today, but yeah, I'm not sure it works so good today. But it's anyway, it's one of the rules. It seldom comes into play though. Usually it takes, you believe it how long it takes the stock to go up 20%. But yeah, he would just. Yeah, that kept him in a lot of big winners. So if you do short that, I would do that for a smaller trade, Eli. Much shorter term trade. Yeah. Hold on, guys. All right, now I did mute my mic and came back. Let me see if I still have audio. All right, looks like I still have audio. All right, so let's see. Roku's up here. Domino's Pizza. This one's still hanging out. This one's super, super good. I'm waiting for that one to continue moving before doing anything. If anything with it, it probably moved too far, at least for me, to do much with, but it'll likely have a bigger run in the bigger term. Let's go look at the big caps. Look at our apples. Up a smidgen today. Oh, look at that sell-off at the end of the day yesterday. Yeah, not too bad. So Apple not too bad here from a shorting perspective. And then Microsoft. So you got Microsoft, very similar to Apple. Gap down, no retracement yet, not really. It's like we're just up here toying with the highs. Nothing too definitively higher though. Facebook's a big end. Playing with the trend line now. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Facebook's action versus other ones like Amazon, which yesterday and still today is down here by the trend line. So it could be another buying opportunity down here. Wait for a little bit more bullishness, though. NVIDIA. Not too bad. Mentioned breaking an all-time highs in just one big run. It's kind of hard to buy up there, but really, that's funny, Rob. Let me go look at my stream. I don't think I have any weird comments in there. Or a country cooking show, huh? No, I can't see my comments right now. That's hilarious. That's why I've got so many views right now. I am exhausted. Went to a Node meetup last night in a couple cities away. It's pretty good. Talked about some WebSocket stuff I'm doing. Gonna be learning some AWS stuff today, actually, after the power hour. A little bit after the power hour. And then, yeah, gonna learn a little bit about AWS Lambda too. I think I'm gonna look into that. Alibaba in a nice base right here. This one could be interesting. 10% to the recent highs. Yeah, thanks, Eli. I've honestly just, I can't, every developer I talk to just wants a tremendous amount of money to do anything. I feel like web development's the one place where you don't get like good deals on side jobs. You're better off actually hiring people. Everywhere else it's the other way around. Yeah, so I'm just gonna try to do it myself, I guess, to a point. I had a guy that was knowledgeable and was giving me a pretty decent deal. He was making good money too. It wasn't like I was stiffing the dude. At least I thought it was good money, but it's like, oh yeah, this won't take too long. I do this every day. I'm like, oh, that's great. And 2 months later, guy's done basically nothing. He did refactor a little bit of code for me, but well, where can I outsource to? I go to places like Upwork and stuff like that, and everybody wants like $70, $100 an hour. I don't mind outsourcing. I just apparently don't know how to do it effectively. Everyone's learned the trick. You charge the U.S. customers a bunch. Yeah, I just don't know where to find them. And anyone that's good. See, I don't just want to hire some idiot. Like, I don't mind hire someone that knows what they're doing but isn't the best, but I don't want to hire an idiot either. That's the other hard part. All right, so Alibaba in an interesting place. See about going back towards the highs, about 230. See what could be on the docket for a. Well, that's not bad. Is that right? That's pretty good. Oh, that's wow. So Alibaba just going back up to the highs here at 230. I should lower my expectations to 225. That's not a horrible trade. 225 makes it a little less palatable, only up 30%. And that's to June, though. That's worth it. That's an interesting trade. Not sure I'm going to take that one right now, but let's look at the global watch list. I think I'm going to bounce. I think I'm going to go out and buy some hotcakes or something. NIO, big ups today, but falling back down pretty quickly. Must have been some news event. Collaboration deal with Hefe government announced. I'm not sure what that word is. LL Lumber Liquidators gapping up on some earnings, selling off. ENDP, TREK, REGN, Perego. So market just hanging out down here. The end of the day may end up finally telling us what we're going to do. So we're going to have to wait for all that to happen before we finally get a good read on the market, unfortunately. But I think it's, just kind of waiting for the market to come back. And they're waiting for the next coronavirus leg to drop to see if it's going to get much worse. That's probably what they're doing. That's probably just an initial sell-off would be my assumption. And then after that, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I loosely get that feeling too, Eli. I really do. I think it just depends on the outlook of the coronavirus. That's really the only thing holding us back right now. I heard on the radio that the Fed may cut interest rates again due to this coronavirus fears. I'm like, come on, man. You can't frickin' cut interest rates because 1 billion people are going to die. It's not going to save the markets. Just, again, reducing the power that you have during the next recession. It's like drinking your whole Gatorade right before the basketball game. And you have no Gatorade left for the basketball game. Idiots. Stupid. I once heard heard an economist say, you build up surpluses when your economy is good so you can spend them during depressions when the economy is bad. I'm like, you know what? That sounds like a fantastic idea. Someone tell the government that. Or the Fed that or something. Yeah. Now we have a good economy and they're cutting. It's like, fuck, man. Another good analogy would be they're driving down in a speeding car, trying to get faster and faster and faster, and just keep throwing stuff out of the car. Well, right now they've already thrown the carpet out, the headliner. They're working on the passenger seat. The only thing left is the driver's seat. That's another nice analogy that I'm using right there. I'll take Fed chairman. That's not a bad ratio, Justin. It's not a bad ratio. We could I don't know. What would go up if 1 billion people died? I hadn't thought about that scenario, but now that you brought it up, Justin, I'm telling the rest. Don't tell Justin, but I think that guy's a little sadistic. Don't tell him. Don't tell him I said that. Hey, Justin, how you doing, buddy? How are you? You're looking good today. Your hair looks great. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure what would go up. Yeah, I don't think that's publicly traded, though. I'm sorry. If 1 billion people died, I'm pretty sure everyone would be like, yeah, we're just going to burn you because, the carbon offset of burning your body versus digging up the earth and versus the fossil fuels you're not going to consume for the rest of your lifetime will definitely burning you would be better. Not sure gravestones are publicly traded. Oh, yeah, we could burn them with natural gas. That would be good. Oh, just thought of a horrible joke. I'm not going to say it. Yeah, definitely not going to say that joke. My mind comes up with the weirdest stuff. Yeah, so, all right, guys, that's your homework for the day. I'm going to bounce. That's your homework for the day. Think about if 1 billion people die, what would be good to invest in? So, yeah, I do. I'm going to draw the line there. Yeah, I wasn't happy with the second my brain thought of my joke, the other part of my brain slapped the other part of my brain and said, "What the F are you thinking?" So, yeah, I'm not going to say it. Justin could be onto something. This is my kind of room. Everyone's making fun of me for not making the more horrible joke. And then Justin comes up with burning people as biofuel. I love it. Yeah, honestly, Rob, I'm a little surprised too that SLV's down. Honestly, I am. That's a little weird. Like, it pretty much sold off all day yesterday, except for the last little bit. and then gap down again today. So yeah, very interesting action here. Could be an opportunity. If something's weird, maybe that's an interesting opportunity. So bounce back for about 1% or so. Justin's too deep in the Green New Deal. I love that. I don't know what it means, but I love the idea of it. I like the idea of a Green New Deal person who's supposed to love the planet, just plans on murdering 1 billion people. I'm not sure if SNL can make that joke. I want to put that on YouTube, though. Okay. I've got a running... Okay, where's my phone? I actually have to write that down. Hold on. I got to get my phone. That's pretty good. Who's Greta? I don't know who Greta is. I'm out of it. Okay, so I've got a bunch of comedy ideas here. Um, I've got probably like 2 dozen right now. Me and a friend of mine always talk about doing this comedy thing. So I just write all these jokes down in case we finally decide to do it. Okay, so Green New Deal thinks about horrible ways to get green. Oh, gotcha. I think it was pretty bad how they pretty much eviscerated her publicly. I think that was bullshit, to be quite honest with you. That's my personal opinion. She obviously feels deeply about a subject. Just because you don't agree with her opinion, I don't think you make fun of her. She's just a kid. And yeah, they put her in front of the UN. That's got to be crazy enough. But yeah, there's crazy people on both sides of the spectrum. I'm not sure if she's nuts, but I think it was pretty mean how they destroyed her. At least publicly. Hopefully she's fine, but it's pretty dumb. Does she have crew members? Isn't she like 14 years old? Yeah, in my opinion, once you realize that everyone is a freaking hypocrite, you give some of the Hippocratic stuff a pass. Like, in all honesty, I don't know anything about that. That is kind of stupid if that's what happened, but I don't know. They probably I don't know if she has any crew. Yeah, she's like 16 or 15 or something like that. How does she have crew? That's probably like the CNN crew or whoever did that. But yeah, everyone's a freaking hypocrite, especially in when you get on the world stage. No one's perfect. Although I do think it's funny to make fun of the superstars that fly their private jets and yell about climate change. I do think that's a little bit funny. I do think that's kind of funny. Yeah. Just do a hot air balloon. All right, guys, I'm going to bounce. I'm going to get out of here. Go get my hot cakes. Maybe that'll wake me up. Although I will say that I do like that joke. That's pretty good. All right, guys, have a good day. Stay safe out there. I'll see you tomorrow.